You guys have been selected here to be at the Duel, and that's a defining moment for many of you. When you got the invite, we would see it come up on social media, and you guys are posting that, and you're proud, and you should be. Those are defining moments. We need to celebrate those. And today I'm going to talk about a different type of defining moment that's going to come your way, and really, these are the greatest moments in your life. You're not going to think so at the time, but if you change your mindset, you're going to realize that how well you attack these defining moments I'm going to talk about is going to determine how far you go in your life, how many people you impact, and at the end of your life, how good did you live it? And so I want you to think about defining moments in your life, things you're looking forward to. Maybe it's this season. Maybe it's a state championship. Maybe it's getting a starting quarterback position. Maybe it's your 16th birthday. Maybe it's getting a Division I scholarship. But I want you to think right now, what am I really looking forward to? And for many of you, you define those moments as great defining moments. Think about like Christmas. Would you say Christmas is a defining moment every year for you? Every year we're looking forward to Christmas. Why? What happens on Christmas Day? Yes. Well, we get stuff, and it's all about us, right? And so every year I couldn't wait for Christmas, and I had my list ready, and couldn't wait to get open and open those gifts under the tree, and would go walk by for a month just staring at that gift, just couldn't wait. And I remember the first year Sony PlayStation came out. All right, long time ago. But man, when the PlayStation came out, it was like next level. And so I couldn't wait to get that PlayStation. Have you guys ever had a gift, something you really look forward to on Christmas, and you just couldn't wait to open it up? Right, so I go down Christmas morning, going to get the PlayStation, I'm going to spend 24 hours playing Madden. I'm going to lock myself in the room. I'm going all night bender on Madden. Couldn't wait. Walk over, get the gift under the tree, open it up, and it's not a PlayStation, it's a home computer that we're going to share as a family. How excited was I when I opened that gift? I was miserable. Worst Christmas ever. And see, it's not the computers that you have now. I mean, we're talking, it's the big monster archaic ones. And all you could really do at that time, because the internet was dial-up, is you could really just log into AOL, do some chats, and maybe write a paper. There was no fun things you could really do with those type of computers. And so I was miserable. And I let everybody in the house know about it. And it was the worst Christmas of my life, and so I go up in my room, punch out, and that was a defining moment in my life. I had something I really wanted, and I didn't get it. And when I didn't get it, how did I respond? Not good. I made everybody miserable that day. That was my goal. And I'm like, Mom, how could you get this wrong? Like, we've been doing this for 15, 16 years. This is how it works. I tell you what I want, and you give it to me. Where did we go wrong here? I had the list in October. Unbelievable. But see, this happens all the time. And it happens every day for me still, and it happens to you, and it's going to happen. It happens to the best people at the highest levels and to the lowest people at the lowest levels. I want to look at two examples of how we should respond in these defining moments. The first example is from just this last year. Okay? Do we have any NBA basketball fans in here? Okay? All right. Golden State Warriors, LeBron James. Who are we rooting for? Oh, LeBron, right? He's going to the Lakers now, right? Going to turn the tide, going to get it going right there on the West Coast, bring the Lakers back. Okay, so here's the whole point of this presentation is that I'm going to use this example of Game 1 this year. If you watched it, and even if you didn't, I want you to watch this video and you're going to learn from it. And this is the first game, okay? They're on the road at Golden State, and if you're on the road and you can still win at home, your chances of gaining momentum and winning a championship go up dramatically. And so it's tied up at the end. Do we remember this? How many guys watch this game? You remember what happens, right? Hill's on the free throw line and he's shooting the free throws, right? And it's tied up. But he misses the free throw. And when he misses the free throw, his teammate JR, he gets the rebound and he thinks they're up. And so he just tries to dribble and run the clock out, and LeBron knows that they're tied, so he's looking for the shot, and the shot doesn't happen. And so now it goes into overtime, and LeBron's looking at him, and look how he responds here. And they walk to the bench on the timeouts into regulation. The score's tied up, and J.R. Smith has just made a huge mistake. And I want you to watch LeBron James. What do you notice about what he's doing right now? Is he happy? No, he's upset. Does he have a right to be upset? Yeah, he probably does. But a right doesn't give you a reason to act in the way you do. What you've got to understand as a leader, you have to be willing in these moments to talk to yourself, not listen to yourself, and that's your first lesson. When you have something you really want in your life, in a game or off the field on Christmas, and you don't get it and it gets taken away from you, the first thing that you have to do as a leader, great men talk to themselves, they don't listen to themselves. I gotta talk to myself and remind myself why I'm here. In this moment, it's not about me. Don't follow your feelings when you have something you want and it's taken away from you. Don't follow your feelings. Your feelings will fail you. You understand that? If you follow your feelings, you will lose the game, you will lose the position. As you get older, you will lose your family, you will lose your job. You've got to learn to remind yourself why I'm here. I'm here not for myself in this moment, I'm here for my teammates. Who needed LeBron James in that moment? J.R. Smith. He desperately needed encouragement. And that's the next thing you've got to do. In those moments when you get something you don't want, your job is to look around you and find someone in your huddle to serve. And how do you serve them? It's very simple. It's encouragement, words and actions. And it doesn't have to be a boisterous halftime fired up speech here. LeBron doesn't need to give J.R. Smith a rah-rah speech. All he needs to do is simply make eye contact and give him a fist bump, say, hey man, it's all right, we got it. Because here's the deal, is the game over? No, there's still time on the clock. And that's what he needed to remind himself. There's still time on the clock. Our jobs are not over. I got you. Hey, you know what? We all make mistakes. That's what he desperately needed in those moments. But instead, he can't even look at him. And we're not excluded from this. Every one of us will be in this chair at some point in our careers and our lives. And for me, it's daily. You'll be in a chair, you'll have something you want, it's not going to happen, and you're going to want to not talk to anybody, punch out, blame everybody else. And in those moments, you got to remind yourself, it's not about me. Someone needs me. Who is it? Look around and find something to encourage them on. And encouragement is your sword that you must fight with daily. Gratefulness is your shield. The hard thing to do is kind of look over at the other opposing team and compare yourself to what they're going through, and you become ungrateful. Gratefulness is how you block those challenges of comparison. And so you've got to find something to be grateful for, and you've got to find someone to encourage. That's your daily battle as a quarterback, on and off the field. What do you notice about LeBron? Is he still talking to him? No. And so as this goes on, Tyronn Lue, the head coach for the Cavaliers, comes in the huddle, and LeBron asks right here, hey, how many timeouts we have? And he said, well, we had one. Look at LeBron's reaction here once he finds out. This was me on Christmas Day when I didn't get my PlayStation. That's exactly what I did. See, none of us are excused for this. Now, the higher up you go and the more pressure that's on you, want to go play in college, you want to go play in pro, the more the microscope and these cameras are on you like this, and everybody is watching how you're going to respond in these defining moments, the moments that things go bad. And you have to make sure you're ready for these, and you prepare yourself to rise to the occasion in these moments, because you were created for these moments. You were born for these moments, and we miss them every day. And so when these moments happen, you got to learn how to rise to the occasion. So how do we do it? Well, let's look at the other end of the spectrum here. Let's look at the Patriots 2 years ago against the Atlanta Falcons. So here's a similar kind of situation. This is the second quarter, and they hand off an off-tackle play to LeGarrette Blount, and he fumbles the ball, and this fumble led to the first score for the Falcons to go up. Now, in this moment right here, let's look at the difference. Is Tom Brady upset? Probably. Does he have a right to be? Yes, because the running back's number one job is to do what? Not fumble the football. And this is the biggest game, biggest stage in football in the world. So what are you going to be tempted to do in these moments? Yeah, get mad, lash out, blame, okay? Not talk to them, be upset. But what you notice is they go right to the sideline here, and you have to talk to yourself in these moments. Why am I here? I'm here for other people. I have to serve. So how do I serve LeGarrette Blount in this moment? What do I have to do? You have to encourage him. So he goes over and he says this simple phrase that took about 2 seconds to say. What does he say? You're going to come back from this, LG. It's amazing how just a few simple words can change the course of the game in your life and the course of other people's lives. Now look what happened as a result. So now LeGarrette Blount's feeling, you know what? He still believes in me. I owe him. Man, he cares about me. I'm going to give it my all for him, because he said I'm going to come back from this. And the reason why you need to understand why this is so important, because you're not excused from it either. You're going to make mistakes too. So you got to be careful about blaming other people when they fail you, because you're going to fail people too. None of us are perfect in here, and you need to understand that, and that's coming for you soon here in August. So when you make a mistake, how do you pull yourself out of it when you take a hit? What do? I saw this yesterday. I saw guys miss targets and they acted like their world ended. Like life as they know it was over. Like they didn't get their gift on Christmas. You acted like this. Many of you acted like this yesterday. So in those moments, what do you got to do? You got to talk to yourself, not listen to yourself. What are you going to remind yourself? It's not about me in this moment. I can't worry about this interception. We're still time on the clock, right? So all we're going to do is we're going to come back. Now look at what LeGarrette Blount does to Tom Brady. See, he's mic'd up right now and he's on the sidelines. And Tom Brady throws the pick six. Now they're down 21-3. And he said, you know what? We're going to come back and we're going to win this. We got to. He's mic'd up and he's saying this. There isn't another option. Why does LeGarrette Blount still believe that they can still come back from the largest Super Bowl deficit in history? Why does he still believe that? Because Tom Brady first believed in him. See, that's your job as a quarterback. You can't wait for other people to do it. You got to make it happen. You're the one that starts this. And look at how the trickle effect happens. There's Julian Edelman. Let's go. There, Josh McDaniels. Do you believe we're going to win? Yes. Let's just play one play at a time. Don't do anything you can't do. Don't try to make it all up in one play. Look at the guys. In the huddle, this is where magic happens, fellas. And it starts with words and actions. This is what we call moving the chains. It's not going out and making unbelievable throws and catches. It starts with simple phrases on the sideline, and these phrases have to be authentic. Do you know what that means? It has to be real. It has to come from your heart, and the power that comes from your heart is love. You have to say these things and make them believe it with love, because everyone can spot a phony. And that's what they had. They had a love for each other where they were willing to give up what they wanted so someone else could get what they need. They didn't dwell on their mistakes because they knew if they did that, they would miss opportunities. So the phrases go on and on. Got to play harder, got to play tougher. Everything we got. Now, do you see the differences between these two teams? Do we see the comparison now? Do we understand the concept? All right. That's what you have available within you. Every one of you have the ability to change the culture of your team, your families, your community from now until to the end of your life. And we call those people MVPs. See, many of us, we try to go become an MVP, the most valuable player on our team. And how do we determine the MVP in the real world? What do we use to measure who the MVP is? Numbers, right? Stats, numbers. We're driven by that. But real MVPs, the one that change teams, that sustain greatness over time, that stay in the same place and consistently win against the all odds no matter who is around them, they are defined as an MVP by something different. See, a lot of you think MVP stands for what? Most valuable player? Real MVPs are people that make the most people valuable. Does that make sense? They're not the most valuable player, they make the most people feel valuable. That's what Tom Brady does. And look what it trickled down to. Everyone was leading in that. And that's what your job is when you go back to your school. Make others feel valuable. How do you do that? How do I make other people feel valuable? I encourage them. I show up every day. I'm there every day. I listen to them. I got to spend time with them, right? You got to be there. You got to be there every day. You got to listen and you got to work and serve them. Look for them. Help out. Look for these opportunities. If you can do that, the sky's the limit for you, right? And these moments are coming. Defining moments are not fun times, but they're your greatest opportunity to be who God called you to be, because we are all created to use our gifts to serve other people. So the next time you have something you really want and it's not going your way, it could be the starting position, could be winning the game, could be a college scholarship, remind yourself in that moment, hey, it's not about me right now. It's about the people around me that I'm serving, so I got to go be great for them. Well, how do I be great for them? Encourage them with words and action, simple. You're going to come back from this. We got to play harder. We got to play tougher. Do you believe we can win? Yes, I do. One play at a time. Just focus on one play. These are little just jabs of the sword, swipes of the sword. That's going to defeat the enemy that's holding you back from being the great player you're supposed to be. And that's what a real defining moment is. Don't define yourself by numbers. Define yourself by the names of the people that are in your huddle. And at the end of your career, you're going to change lives and you're going to have these moments that we talked about. Go be great today. Go be great this year. Thanks for your time.